After the state visit of Myanmar leader, the leaders of Cambodia and Bangladesh also visited China. These three countries, given their strategic locations, are very important, very crucial to China. In particular, now, the rising tensions between the US and China, these three countries are very important, especially on the trades. Hi, I'm Leslie Koo. Let's look at the map. On one side of Strait of Malacca, we have Bangladesh, Myanmar, and on the other side, we have Cambodia. These three countries, given what I have read, they are likely to give China the access to their ports, not only for cargo, but also for military use. That means China can dock or park their battleships in these ports of these three countries. So these ports are Bangladesh will be Chittagong, Myanmar will be Chao Phu. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. And Cambodia, the Ream Naval Base. It is very critical for China to have access to these three ports as its overseas docking point for China. China's overseas docking point. This is to protect the trade flows in this area. I mean, the China trade flows, be it to China or from China. Now, let's look at the Bay of Bengal area. As I mentioned in my previous video, China will have access to the Indian Ocean via the Bay of Bengal through the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor. This corridor, not only a railway, there will be also oil and gas pipeline, as well as highway, port, so on and so forth. When it's fully operational, the plan is China goods will go from Kunming, the Chinese city Kunming, through the corridor into Myanmar, and then the goods will upload to ships in the Chao Phu deep sea ports. Then from there, it will go to Bay of Bengal and to Indian Oceans. Likewise, ships from the rest of the world, goods from the rest of the world through China can also go through this route, download at Chao Phu deep sea port, go through the economic corridor, reach China or Kunming, then from there, it will go to the rest of China. So this is how it will be when the economic corridor is fully functional. Now, the thing is that, given the rising tensions between the US and China, the US will be engaging its allies in Asia to give hiccups or trouble to China. So, when the China cargoes reach the Bay of Bengal, there may be ships that will disrupt the flows, right? Maybe ask the ship with China cargo to stop, that these are like the battleships, and then they will want to inspect. So that will slow it down, to give hiccups, to delay the arrival of the China cargoes. Now, so when China has the access to these two ports, Chittagong and Chaopiu, there will be China battleships there. Right? So when the ships with China cargo are being harassed, the China battleship will be able to go there and protect them. And they can reach the cargo ships in the shortest time possible, because they do not have to travel from all the way from China, go through South China Sea, Strait of Malacca, so to speak, and then to Bay of Bengal. No, they don't need that. So that's why it is very important for China to have access to these two ports for the China Navy to station their battleships, or to dock their battleships for whatever reason there is. Now, that is the Bay of Bengal. And then let's look at the other side of Strait of Malacca, South China Sea. Well, the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor is an option. It is not likely to serve as the only road for the Chinese goods from China to the rest of the world, and from the rest of the world to China. So it's an option. Well, the South China Sea Road will still be used. So, like usual, the ship with China cargo will sail down to Singapore, South China Sea, and then reach Singapore, make a turn to Strait of Malacca, exit to the other end, Bay of Bengal, and then to Indian Oceans. And likewise, from the rest of the world, same road, Bay of Bengal, Strait of Malacca, and then South China Sea, and then to China. There will be a case that the cargo ships will be stuck in the Strait of Malacca. The Strait of Malacca is a very narrow path, not a very wide. So when a country that sees China as a threat send a battleship there and to block the ship with China cargo, what China can do when it has access to these three ports, this overseas docking point, is China can send their battleships from Chittagong or Chaopiu to the Strait of Malacca at the opening of Strait of Malacca, and from the real naval base, China also can send the battleship to the other opening of Strait of Malacca. From there, we'll be able to close the two sides, telling the country that your battleship is now stuck in Strait of Malacca. If you want to do it to my cargo ships, your battleship will be stuck in there. So this is what China can do. And as you can see that with the access to the Rim naval base, China is able to send a battleship much faster down to the opening of Strait of Malacca compared to the other road from China all the way down to South China Sea, and then to the opening of Strait of Malacca. That's why, as you can see, there's having access to these three overseas docking points, it is very crucial to China, especially now when the US sees China as a rising threat, and it has been aggressively engaging its Asia allies to create difficulties for China. So having this overseas docking points allow China to protect their cargoes through China and from China. Moving forward, I should think that what China has to do is to make the realization of the economic benefits from their infrastructure investment, economic development, foreign investment, or China investment to those countries, to make the realization of economic benefits as soon as possible. It is very crucial so that there will not be a risk when there's a change of leadership and that new leaders think otherwise about the partnership with China. The new leader may think that, well, I've been working for you for so long and I haven't seen anything yet. So maybe I can work with the US. At least the US or the West will firstly give me the money first. So that's why I reckon that what China has to do now is to quickly make the economic benefits come as fast as possible. Of course, there are projects that takes time, but for those projects that can give the economic benefits as soon as possible, we just have to do so quickly. This is to minimize the risk of the change of leaderships, and to give the new leader that, well, you can see that you work with me. These are the benefits that you can have. And these are the ones that will be coming if you continue to work with me. So this is very important for China to do so. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.